Hey guys, so last time I did a video ranking the Friday 13th series, because I'm a huge horror fan and all, and I said I'm going to start doing a lot of rankings and reviews of horror movies and metal albums and stuff, right? And so, yeah, today I'm going to do the Halloween series, which I'm also a huge fan of, not as much as the Friday 13th series, but I'm still a big fan of this franchise. I love Michael Myers, pretty much just as much as Jason. So yeah, so let's just get down to it. I'm not going to have a huge introduction. So my least favorite in the series is Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. And this movie does suck. Like, I don't like this movie. Like, Michael Myers is done awfully. And I mean awful. He doesn't even look like him. He has like a hoodie on and he has like a long beard and like long hair and he grunts like every time he stabs somebody. Like that's just awful. And then Dr. Loomis was done terribly. Like you want to see a movie character butchered? Watch this. He's some like it's like a writer now. Like he writes books about Michael Myers and stuff and he's like all about the fame, all about the money. Like, Dr. Loomis from, the original series. Him. That's the new adaptation. Like, I know you want to try something different, but, dude, like, at least stay somewhat true. Like, what was that all about? And then, the dialogue is just awful. Like, I don't, there's so much cursing in it. Like, F-bombs, like, everywhere. I don't have a problem with cursing in movies if it's in the proper movie, like, House of a Thousand Corpses that Rob Zombie also directed, or Texas Chainsaw movies, or, like, the 70s style grindhouse type movies, or like cheesy stuff from the 80s and stuff. I don't have a problem with cursing in those movies like a lot, but in the Halloween movie just doesn't work. It's more like a classy franchise. It's not a white trash franchise like Rob Zombie. His new take on it was, and there's also a bunch of annoying dream sequences which I never understood why. Like Rob Zombie, not Rob Zombie. Michael Myers has this like attachment to his mom, like almost like Jason, and like what? Like he never like had any attachment to anybody because he's Michael Myers. But here he has like some like soft side to his mom and all, and he like sees her because Rob Zombie's wife has to be in the movie because she died in the last one, so he had to put her in, and so that didn't make sense. There's some like horse. I don't know what that was all about. Like they showed it in the beginning, like a white horse, a toy for him. Now he like always sees it. I don't know why. And yeah, Laurie's done terribly. Like I understand it's hard to replace Jamie Lee Curtis, but can you at least try? Like Daniel Harris from Part 4 and 5, who played uh, Jamie Returns. Like she could have done a better job, but no, you have to whatever her name is, Scout Taylor, I think that's her name. Like she does not do a great job as Laurie, so that was annoying. And all of the characters are just like disgusting in this movie. They all say like a bunch of like weird things that like just don't fit in the Halloween movie. Michael Myers done terribly. Dr. Loomis was done terribly. I mean, I guess the atmosphere and the visuals weren't bad because Rob Zombie he does have good directing skills, so I guess I'll give him a point for that. But this movie's still like a 1 out of 10. It's just very weird. Like it has a bunch of stuff that doesn't make sense. It's annoying. It sucks. Everything's done terribly about it. And I know there's people that like it. I mean, respect to you. I don't, but whatever. This is your favorite in the series. Uh, I don't mean to offend you, but yeah, I just hate this movie. I don't like it. All right. I think that's all I have to say on it. At least I hope I don't want to spend more time on it. All right. My 10th favorite. Halloween Resurrection, which I have in this like 3-pack. Uh, this is another movie that sucks. So once again, annoying characters. Buster Rhymes is in this movie, and he plays some guy named Freddy, I think. And jeez, that's one of the most annoying characters in the horror movie I've ever seen. Like, he's like all like tough. He's like a big tough guy. Like, dude, like, and then he. Oh, there's not. Oh, my bad. Let me rephrase that. There's not a problem that he's like a big tough guy, but like he pushes around Michael Myers and bosses him around. Like nobody should be able to do that. I don't care if you're Buster Rhymes. I don't care if you're Jason Voorhees. Nobody should do that, but he does. I don't know why. That was the worst part about the movie. And what's sad about this movie is the first 15 minutes are actually great. Some of the best moments in the series. It's great, and after that, it basically like fades into something else, and yeah, then the rest of it sucks. The characters are all annoying. None of them were interesting at all. Like the main girl was just typical generic early 2000s. Like this movie feels like a early 2000s generic movie. Like I understand that was a movie at the time, but like can you like at least like try to stay like somewhat true to the franchise? And Michael Myers like was not done well in this movie. Like I mean he at least he looked like him. Like Rob Zombie's Halloween too, but he got pushed around way too much. Like I guess some of the kills he has in this one aren't bad, I guess, but the atmosphere isn't really that good. The characters are super annoying. Michael Myers was very soft. This movie also sucks. It's just better than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 because it's hard to be worse than that movie. So yeah. But still, at least he was like Michael Myers this one, and Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is more like Jason. And this one, at least he's like Michael Myers. So I guess that's good. And the first 50 minutes were great. That's the only reason this movie even gets some props, because the first beginning of it is awesome. The rest sucks. I'm not going to give away what happens at the beginning, because you should watch the beginning of that movie. But after that, though, just turn it off, because you're going to be disappointed. Even if your expectations are low, it just sucks. So yeah, nothing is good about that movie. This movie besides the beginning, as I said. So yeah, skip over it. Besides the beginning. So yeah, that one also sucks. My 9th favorite. Now I'll get into movies that don't suck, but also aren't great. Rob Zombie's Halloween. I mean, you could say that this one sucks. I don't think so. I think it's a bit better than it sucks, but it's not really that good. So, they give him an origin, which I don't like, because Michael Myers, as we saw in the original, he was just a normal kid who just went insane and killed his sister. But in this one, he's not a normal kid. He has like his own problems, and he like tortures animals, and his mom's a stripper, and his mom's boyfriend, I guess, maybe a stepdad. I think they're just named though. He was just an asshole who like abused him and stuff, and always yelled at him. Then his sister like makes fun of him. He gets bullied in school, and like, can you like at least try to like spice up the origin a bit? I guess not, because they had to just make it super generic. The dialogue also in this one isn't that good, but it's better than Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. But that doesn't mean anything, because it's hard to have worse dialogue than that movie. So yeah, I will say though, Michael Myers does have a cool look, and the kid who plays him as a kid, did do a pretty good job. Whoever he is, I don't know what the actor's name, but he did do a good job, even though it's kind of unnecessary. And Malcolm McDowell's Loomis, I did like a lot, so that was great. That's some of the pluses. It also, copies the original, which is also good and bad, because it copies a great movie, but it also doesn't bring anything new after that, like after the origin. But it does still have some decent moments, I would say. Like, I don't know. When I first saw it, I was like, do I like that? Or I just think it was forgettable? I don't know. This movie is just like, I don't know. I can't really describe it. It's just like extremely mediocre. Like, there's unnecessary stuff into like the origin and dialogue, but there's some good things into like the look. Dr. Loomis, the new version of him, not as good as the original, Donald Pleasant, but still pretty good. But overall, this movie's just like, it kind of misses the point of the original, and there didn't really need to be a remake, so that's the reason it's still like a 5 out of 10, because it didn't really do much. It just kind of like was there, and whatever. So yeah, I will say though, Tyler Mane, his performance is good, even though he would be a better Jason. His performance was still good though. I'll give him that, even though it doesn't really fit for Michael Myers. So yeah, I do think this movie has its good points, but it's also just unnecessary and had a lot of like stuff I didn't really care for. So yeah, that was Zombies Halloween. Did I mention how that was Zombies Halloween 2 had bad dialogue? If I didn't, yeah, it's just everybody's disgusting in it. So yeah. Alright, my 8th favorite. I'm gonna go with Halloween 5, The Revenge of Michael Myers. If you want a movie that's not good, but also not bad, Halloween 5 is the movie for that. So, Michael Myers in this one, he was done fine, I guess, besides the ending where he cries, which is just, why? Like, I don't care if he has an attachment to his niece, I don't care if he's attached to his mom, like Rob Zombie's movies. He doesn't cry. He doesn't do that. No horror villain should cry, especially Michael Myers. So that's already a negative. And the first half is annoying because Jamie doesn't talk, and then like this annoying girl Tina is sort of like the other main character. But after that, though, once she did start to talk, it had some decent moments. It felt like it tried to be part 4 again. But Michael Myers, like, he did have some decent kills. I know, as I said, the Halloween series has bad kills, but still, when they have nice kills, that is a good thing. It's not like, it doesn't take away, it just adds to it. So that was cool. There's a pretty good scene at the bar, and at a bar, and that was pretty cool. But other than that, though, it was just kind of like whatever. Like Dr. Loomis again, played by Donald Pleasence, gives a great performance, of course. But the main girl Tina was annoying. Michael Myers crying was terrible. They also introduced like the thorn tattoo right here, which I didn't really mind in this one, but in part 6 they went a bit too far with that, which I'll get to in a minute. So that was like, and this at the time when this came out, that was cool. But also a mysterious man in black, which also in this one I thought was cool, but then like in part 6, whatever. But in this one I thought it was kind of like a cool mystery thing going on. So there's some good things about this movie. Michael Myers, besides the crime part, wasn't done terribly. But wasn't really done great either. The mask doesn't look good though. That's one thing that always stood out to me, because I think they used the same mask in part 4, but it doesn't look like it. The mask looks a lot worse. He's played by Don Shanks this time, who like is one of my favorite Myers, but I guess he isn't one of my least favorites. He's just whatever. Myers, he's probably the one that I care the least about. The actor who plays him, out of the big five villains, Jason I care who plays him. Freddy, obviously, um, Leatherface as well, and Chucky, obviously, you do as well. But Michael Myers, I don't really care that much about who plays him, but I still, keep an eye on it, obviously. But yeah, Don Shanks is just whatever as Myers, but still, he wasn't done badly. So that was cool. I did like Jamie after she started talking again. Daniel Harris, as a little kid, did do a great job. Especially for a little kid, because little kids in horror movies sometimes are annoying. She wasn't. Like the fact that she didn't talk, it's not really her fault. So that was great. So yeah, there is good things about this movie, as I said. Jamie after she starts talking again, that was cool. Myers wasn't done terribly. Loomis is always great, but it also has like annoying characters like Teen and these like two cops, and it's just kind of like forgettable. Like it tries too hard to be like part four and just not as good. So it's kind of in between. Like if you're marathoning the series, you should watch it. If you are getting to the series, watch it. But other than that, you're never gonna like put it on by itself to watch it. It's not that good. So yeah, Halloween 5 though, I don't know if it's a worthy entry to the series or not. Kind of in between, but I would still say if you want to check out the series, don't skip it because it brings decent things to the table, but also some whatever things. So yeah, Halloween 5, just whatever, kind of average. All right, my eighth favorite, Halloween 3, Season of the Witch. The one that doesn't have anything to do with Michael Myers, but yeah, so it doesn't have anything to do with Michael Myers. But the thing, and that's fine. But the thing that I've seen some people say is that is the worst because of that. Which I guess as a Michael Myers movie, obviously it's the worst because of that. But like, just as a movie in general, it's definitely not the worst in the series. Not even close. It has a great story. Like it has these evil Halloween masks and they're controlled by a cult. That's basically the main thing. That's great. And what's his name? Tom Atkins, the guy from Night of the Creeps. He was very cool. I liked him and his character, Doctor Daniel. Yeah, I liked him a lot. There's this girl Ellie who's like trying to find and kill her dad. They kind of like started to like have a romantic interest. I liked her as well. I liked their story and them trying to like track down what happened. And I also liked the way the masks look in this one, like the evil Halloween masks. I thought that looked great. It has a lot of great Halloween atmosphere too. But the thing is, with that story, you could do so much, but they don't do so much. They just do like the slightly above the minimum. It's a good movie. It's definitely like a 7.5, I would say, because it does bring a lot of great things to the table. Great Halloween atmosphere, uh, very cool looking masks. A good story with Daniel and Ellie. That was cool, but it also just they could have done so much more with that whole like story. Like they could have shown like a bunch of like other people having things happen to them with the evil masks of them. The cult like getting involved, and yeah, the cult members they were pretty cool. Like they like kind of like stalk you and stuff at times and like kill you. That was pretty creepy actually. So that was cool. Like this movie has a lot of good in it, more good than bad. It's just they could have executed a lot more. They could have executed a lot better. Basically, that's what I'm trying to say, because they executed good, but they could have executed like great. So that's the thing. But still pretty good. A lot of great Halloween atmosphere, great masks, pretty good characters. So, and good 80s atmosphere and stuff. So, I like it. Definitely check out Halloween 3. But if you're watching the Halloween series, don't watch it along with the Michael Myers movies. Just like kind of watch it like after, because it's like it doesn't really fit in there. Like I had a marathon before I did this because before I do a ranking video, I want to like rewatch the series, or once I do albums, re-listen to the discography just in case my opinions change. And they did with this and the Jason series. That's good. I did that. So yeah, if you're gonna want to marathon the Halloween series, don't really watch this with them. Like watch it like after, I guess, if you want, because it's just kind of like a standalone. But it's pretty good. Like, and I don't take away any points for not having Michael Myers in it, because you can't really do that. Like I guess as a Michael Myers movie you can, but I'm just ranking it as a movie in general, and that's why it's number 7 instead of number 11. So yeah, Halloween 3, pretty good movie, but you know could have been executed a lot better, but still very good. Definitely check it out. I really like it. All right, my sixth favorite. This is a close one, very close. But I think I'm gonna go with Halloween H2O. 20 years later. Yeah, so this one it ignores parts 4, 5, 6, and obviously 3. It takes place after 2, 20 years after, and Laurie returns, and Jamie Lee Curtis again does a great job as she always does. This is probably my least favorite performance of hers. I don't know, like I liked her a lot in this one, obviously, but I just liked her more in the first two, and the recent one, I can't Resurrection, that was brief. So yeah, even though I still liked her a lot, I liked her better than the other ones, I'm just saying. But still, that was cool. And she has a kid, and his character was around. I forget what his name is, but he was cool. Michael Myers was done pretty well. Didn't really he wasn't really butchered a lot. but I didn't really like the mask. I didn't really like the way the mask looked. Not talking about today. So yeah, that kind of throws me off a little, but it's fine. He's played by Chris Durand. This one, that's his name, Chris Durand, and he does a fine job. This movie though, the thing is, it's way too simple and doesn't really have any subplots. The only subplot is the LL Cool J character, which rappers and horror movies annoy me, but he doesn't because he's actually cool. Like the only subplot is like he's like trying to like rate someone. He's like the comic relief. Other than that, it's just like it all focuses on Worry and like it takes place at this college campus, which like is cool, but at least they could. I feel like they could have like maybe had a couple more settings, like maybe a couple more characters, like a couple more subplots. They really didn't. It just like straight up talks about Lori and her like travel with Michael Myers, and then it just focuses on a new like story with Michael Myers and how he's like going after them, and then that's it. Like it doesn't really bring anything else, which is kind of annoying because it tried too hard to be like all of those movies around this time. But it's still pretty good though. Michael Myers was done well. It didn't really do anything terribly. It's just they could have had some more subplots, and I feel like somewhere in this movie here, there was actually a very good Halloween movie hidden in here, but instead we just got a good Halloween movie. But still, the story of Rory Return is always great. It's always great seeing her again. So that was obviously great. Her kid, his character was fine. Michael Myers was fine. LL Cool J's character was pretty funny. So they definitely has good things about this movie. Definitely don't skip over it. It's pretty good. Kind of feel like it gets underrated at times. But I can see why. I guess it is sort of forgettable. I think it's pretty good. The atmosphere is fine. So there's definitely good things about it. It's just, there's definitely better entries in the series, and they could have had more subplots. That's my only complaint. Other than that, it's pretty good. So yeah, Halloween H2O, check it out. So my fifth favorite, it was very close between this and H2O, but I think I'm going to go Halloween The Curse of Michael Myers, the sixth one. Yeah, that's section to cover. Uh, this one is pretty good also, but not great. Just like H2O, it's pretty good, but not great. So Michael Myers was done very well in this one. George P. Wilbur replays him for part 4, which I'll get to. He returns in, so I like seeing him a lot. He's one of my favorite Myers actors. And Tommy from the first movie, his character returns, the kid that Laurie babysitted. So I like seeing his story. I didn't really expect him to come back. And Dr. Loomis, is like retired now. He kind of you know, I can play with Donald Pleasant. We see him again. That's always great. We gotta love Loomis. And the story of Jamie ends in this one though, which is, I guess, is both good and bad because we saw a lot of her, but still I wish we could have seen her a bit more as an adult. She gets killed off very early. Sorry for spoiling it, but it's not really a major spoiler. It's not like it changes up the movie or whatever. But yeah, so I wish we could have seen a bit more of her when she's grown up, but it's fine. And yeah, now she has a kid, and so the Tommy guy kind of adopts it and stuff. So I thought that was a cool subplot. Dr. Loomis, return was a pretty cool detail as well. But the annoying thing about this movie is the cult and the druids and stuff, and the Man in Black and all from Part 5, that had kind of control Myers and tell him what to do and stuff. That I did not like at all. He should not be controlled by anybody, especially some sort of cult. I understand they want to bring something new, and I guess the whole cult idea, it's cool in a lot of movies, but not a Halloween movie. It shouldn't really be in a Halloween movie. There's no point in it. He should just be, Michael Myers should just be mysterious and evil, not controlled by somebody. But at the end though, in the theatrical version, I have not seen the producer's cut, which everybody says is better. From what I've heard though, it sounds about the same. But at the end though, spoiler, he takes care of them, which was great. That was great. It also has one of my favorite kills in the series, the annoying dad from the Strode family members. I don't know how exactly they're related, but they're related somewhat. That was a great kill. And his has a stepdaughter. Her character was just whatever. She has her own kid. It's mainly, I think they mainly focus on Tommy more than her, but both of them are kind of main character along with Loomis and obviously Michael Myers. And so that was cool. But this movie, I think it could have been a bit more simple. Now H12 was simple. So the thing is, H12 was very simple. It just has one story. This one has a bunch of little subplots in there. And so, yeah, so that was just kind of annoying about both of them. I feel like if you kind of blended the two of simple stuff and a bunch of subplots together, if you blend them in the middle, you'd get a great Halloween movie. But instead, we just get two good Halloween movies. Curse of Michael Myers and H2O. But still, the Michael Myers was done very well. Besides the cool thing, I really liked the way he was done here under that. I loved again Dr. Loomis, much older Loomis here. Basically retired. That was very cool. Tommy character return, I like that. So yeah, there definitely is a lot of good things about this movie. Some pretty good Halloween atmosphere too, I will say. So that was always good. It could have been better. They should have gotten rid of the cult thing, or just maybe have it be like super watered down, not like be like a super main focus. So yeah, there definitely is some flaws as well, but I think it's mainly a pretty good entry in the series, and I do like it a lot. However, though, now we're getting to the big four of this franchise. So yeah, my fourth favorite, even it's very close here. It's kind of more like a 3B, 3A thing, but I think this is my fourth favorite. Halloween 2018. You know, the most recent in the series, but not for long ago. Because this year and next year we're going to have new ones, which I'll get to at the end of this video to talk about them. But yeah, so this ignores everything besides the original. It takes place 40 years after the original, so I know it sounds like H2O, but it's not. It's much different. They ignore the whole subplot of Rory being a sister, which I think was cool. I do like that subplot, but I also think there should be another universe where she isn't, like here. There is. And she's like much older. Here's like a grandma, and I really like seeing her story continue. Like you can really see that she's still haunted by Myers. I just thought that was great. And Jamie Lee Curtis might be her best performance in that series. Honestly, I think it is. Like much older, but still, it's probably her best performance in the franchise. And her daughter and granddaughter like their characters too. There's like a new like Loomis like character. Loomis wasn't in this movie because like he'd be super old. Like let's say he was 50 in the original, which is like the minimum 50. He'd be 90 by the time this movie rolls on. But in real life, he's probably like around almost 60. So like probably would be more like in his hundreds or like not mid 90s. So it just will not make sense if he's in it. Like if he was just be like one on a wheelchair and don't understand anything, so there'd be no point. So I understand why they like brought the women's like character, who I thought was pretty interesting. It's more about Lori, but like still, we do get to see some of the other characters, and I thought they were all cool. And I also like the Halloween atmosphere in this movie is very good. I also liked the guy who plays Myers, James Jude Courtney, like a much older Myers, like almost an elder. Like we also get to see him without the mask a little, which I thought was actually pretty cool. And then when he gets the mask on, just like great. And he's also like done perfect in this movie. He's mysterious, he's kept in the shadows. When he comes out, he's badass and evil. So that was great. I love that. I love the way he played. I love the way he was done. I really like the atmosphere in this one. I love the way Rory was done. There's nothing really bad about it, honestly. Just a very good entry. It's like probably one of my favorite horror movies, honestly. Not one of my, I don't know if it's one of my favorite. Definitely in the top 50, maybe like top 70. It's very good. Definitely my favorite movie from the last 5 years. Favorite horror movie for the last 5 years. I really like it a lot. Michael Myers done great. Again, everything about it was just very good. It was actually pretty frightening too. Like I don't get scared of movies because I just seen too many horror movies. But still, though, it definitely had a lot of frightening scenes that people that do get scared would definitely get scared of this movie. So yeah, this movie's great. Everything about it was very good. They knew how to make a proper follow up to the original. So yeah, definitely Halloween 2018. I hate the title though. It should have been called Halloween Returns, because then you have Halloween Returns, Halloween Kills, and Halloween Ends. Just one word, simple, like 2 word simple titles. But instead, we just got Halloween, which makes it sound like it's some sort of remake. So yeah, but still, Halloween 2018, very good entry. Nothing bad about it at all. All right, my third favorite. Halloween 4, Return of Michael Myers. As I said, it's super close. Think of it more as like a 3A, 3B thing, but I think I do slightly prefer Halloween 20. I mean, not Halloween 2018. Halloween 4 or Halloween 2018. Yeah. So this one's very good. The atmosphere is great. They introduce the character of Jamie, who I really liked her a lot. Like for a little kid, she's just great. Like little kids are usually annoying as hell in horror movies. She was not. She was great. I always liked her. Her performance is very believable, and her foster sister Rachel, I also like her character a lot. Myers, played by George P. Wilbur, was done great. Loomis returns, from the second movie, obviously, 3 had nothing to do with the rest of them, as I said. And he was, he's great. You can really see that he's also, like, the memories of Myers are still, like, in him, and he's still, like, always where he might come back. So that was great. And, yeah. There's also, like, these, like, truckers that want to take care of Myers, like, kill him. I thought that was pretty cool. Yeah. There's nothing bad I have to say about this movie. It's actually one of my favorite horror movies ever. Like, honestly, I really love it. Atmosphere is great. Myers is great. The characters are all great. Has a pretty cool scenes taking place at this the cop's house. That was very cool. So yeah, there's just nothing bad about this movie. Like I can't really spend too much time on it because usually I talk about things I don't like. What about things I like? I kind of mentioned it quickly. Atmosphere, characters. Myers was done well. Pretty good kills too. Just great. Yeah, this movie Halloween 4. Yeah, Myers was just like great. He's pissed off. He's badass. That was great. But he still kept in the shadows and mysterious. And there was no Thorn tattoo yet. People say it's the Thorn trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, but he didn't have any in this one. So yeah, Halloween 4, very good movie, and it's technically Halloween 3, but it's not. So yeah, but Halloween 4, definitely a great movie. Check it out. And for some reason, people nowadays say that it's not that good. And they always have it well on their list, which I just don't understand how. I think it's great. It's everything you want in a Halloween movie. So yeah, I don't understand that. So Halloween 4, very good entry. very close between this and Halloween 2018 for my third favorite. My second favorite though, Halloween 2. I love this movie, honestly. It's one of my favorite horror movies ever made. Probably my top 10 if you're including sequels. It's definitely my favorite sequel of all time. I just love it. It takes place directly after the original left off. But it's not just the original all over again. It takes place at a hospital for the main porch. It's always a great setting. I always like that setting for horror movies, and Michael Myers being there was great. And Loomis, can return from the original, obviously, because, you can't have a direct follow of the original without him. And, he was great, And Jamie, again, was great. Not Jamie. Laurie, my bad. Laurie Strode, her character was great. They did reveal, however, that she's his sister in this one, which was kind of a mixed relationship with that subplot. I kind of like it more when she's not, like in the original 2018 Halloween, but still, it's a cool subplot, though. And they do kind of make it the main theme of the series for the next 5 movies or so. So that was cool. So, and yeah, the atmosphere in this one is pretty good as well. Not a lot of Halloween atmosphere, just good general atmosphere. And Myers in this one, he's played by Dick Warlock, who's my favorite actor who played Myers. He's just like, pissed off and like ready to kill basically, which was great. Has probably my favorite kill in the series, or my second favorite. I can't really decide. Where he, the hot tub kill, that was great. I really like that. I also love what else? As I said, Myers. What else? Oh man, what else did I love about it? Everything, I guess. I don't know. There's nothing really bad about it. The hospital setting was great. The atmosphere was great. Myers was great. Characters were great. Loomis was great. Just everything about it is great. This is what you want in a Halloween movie. And honestly, they should just make like a 1 and 2 like the same movie. Honestly, just have a big movie called Halloween. Have it be like 3 hours, and then watch it because that'll be just like a horror, horror greatness. So yeah, this movie's great. Definitely my favorite horror sequel of all time. There's a couple movies that have come close, but I think Halloween 2, probably my favorite horror sequel of all time. I just love it. It's great. So yeah, definitely check this movie out. Even if you're not even a horror fan, just in general, it's a great movie. Yeah, Dick Warlock is Myers. Definitely my favorite to play him. Definitely check it out. Halloween 2. The original Halloween 2. Now Rob Zombie's is garbage. And my favorite, come on. The original. And why would it not be the original? This movie is great. It's probably my second favorite horror movie ever after the original Friday the 13th. Even though this is probably it's definitely technically better than that movie. It's probably out of the big 5 franchise, this is the technical best movie in all of them. This is just out of all of them. This movie is just amazing. It's not even just a great horror movie. It's just a great movie in general. Myers, is great. He's such a great villain. It's very spooky in this one. You don't see him a lot. When you do, he just kills like for no reason. He's like unstoppable. And Loomis, I love Donald Pleasant's performance in all of them. This is definitely my favorite. He has some great quotes in this one. And the soundtrack. Obviously, all the movies have the same theme besides 3. But still, this is what started. The theme is just great, and the characters, I like all of them. Like, the acting is actually pretty good too. For like a slasher movie that came out in the late '70s, have this like acting is very good. It's actually pretty surprising. I guess the times because they Warriors friends are a bit but still they did a pretty good job. And yeah, it has some. Even though the kills in this one aren't very important, I still like them though. Like the boyfriend of that one of Laurie's friends, that was a pretty good kill. And Michael Myers is just like great, and the story in this one is very good. It's simple but great. Like, it's not a very complicated story, which is why it's so great to follow and so scary. Just amazing. And the atmosphere is amazing, and the scenery is great, and the soundtrack is great, and the quotes are great by Dr. Loomis, who gives a iconic performance, I think, in horror history, maybe even movie history in general. So yeah, definitely my favorite movie to come out in the '70s. Like, I just love this movie. I've always watched it on Halloween. I also watch it when it's not even close to Halloween. Just love this movie, and started a very good franchise that, even though it does have its weaknesses, still started a very solid franchise. I love this movie. I always will. There's nothing bad about it. I don't think they'll ever top it. They somehow did. I'd give them full props, but they're not gonna, because this movie is just amazing. And John Carpenter's directing skills really shine. One of the greatest horror directors of all time. Along with Wes Craven, Tobe Hooper, George A. Romero, and stuff. Like, he just, he does a great job with this movie. And the story is great, like everything about it. It's good. I love it. My second favorite horror movie of all time, for a good reason. It might even be it's kind of very close between Friday the 13th and this one. This is a much better technical movie than Friday the 13th. I just like Friday the 13th a bit more. But yeah, Halloween, a great entry. Myers is a great villain. We all love him. And yeah, I really look forward to seeing Halloween Kills this fall in October. I saw the trailer. It looks very cool. It looks pretty good. It looks like it's probably going to be either my 5th or 4th favorite. Like, looks like very similar to Halloween 2018. I think it takes place directly after. It takes place directly after from the way trailer looks. So that looks pretty cool. At least the beginning does. Maybe it doesn't. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so that was, I think that's gonna be cool. Laurie returns. I'm sure she gives a. I'm sure Jamie Lee Curtis does a great performance again. And I think James Jude Courtney is also gonna play Myers again. At least I hope so, because I really loved the way he played him in Halloween 2018. And yeah, I really look forward to seeing where they take this series next. Like, this is gonna be another, like a standard Halloween movie. They're gonna add new things to the table. I think they will. I'm looking forward to seeing what those things are. And then next fall we'll have Halloween Kills. Not Halloween Kills. Halloween Ends. Probably I gotta say Halloween Kills. I really like that title. Like, they could have done a much better title, but still, you know, not a terrible title. Better than just Halloween 2018. You know, which sounds like a remake. So that was, I guess, that's an improvement. Halloween Ends, I don't mind though. I'm not. I definitely guarantee it's not gonna be the last movie in the series. Definitely gonna find a way to be like, actually, no, this is gonna be 50 years after the original, like 2028. Look out for it. I'm telling you, Halloween H50 maybe, I don't know, whatever they're gonna call it, because it's always gonna be the end of the series. Those titles never work. But yeah, Halloween Ends. I also look forward to seeing what's that gonna happen there. Like, I need to see Halloween Kills first to see where they could take it. I'm sure they'll find a way to bring Myers back in whatever way. So yeah, I look forward to seeing both of those. But actually, before COVID and all happened, Halloween Kills was supposed to come out last fall, and this fall we're supposed to get Halloween Ends. So really, like, if COVID never happened right now, I'd be talking about 12 movies here instead of 11, and maybe even 13 if I waited a bit. So yeah, but regardless, I look forward to seeing both Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends. So I'll let you know what I think, and I'll probably do a re-ranking of this video because I want to get my new updated ranking and all when that comes out, but that's going to be a couple months. I also want to wait till it comes out DVD so I can see it twice. That's still going to be like 5 months from now. But when it does happen though, you guys will see it. So yeah, in the next video, I want to rank metal bands albums. If not, it'll be Nightmare on Elm Street movies rank, but I'm trying to like listen to every Metallica album, every Iron Maiden album, one of those like big name metal bands, and do a video on that. If not, the next video will be a Nightmare on Elm Street video, but I'm hoping to get a video when talking about ranking the band's discography, just studio albums. It's not gonna do like live albums and stuff. But yeah, definitely check the series out though. It's an iconic horror series. Michael Myers is one of the greatest horror villains of all time, and yeah, there definitely is terrible entries though. But still though, gotta love the series though. Michael Myers, iconic villain. The mask is always great. I don't have the one that he wears, but still, looks like him. So that's always, it's always cool seeing the mask. That's what I'm trying to say. Having a hard time talking, I don't know why. But yeah, so the mask is great. The look is iconic. I don't know if it's the most iconic look in the big five villains, but it's up there. I think Jason's might be a bit more, or Freddy's, but like he's definitely in the top three. Like, his character's super iconic. The theme is super iconic. Every Halloween people play it. So yeah, this franchise, definitely more good than bad in it. It only really has 2 movies that I hate. There's a couple that are like just good but not great. Then there's 4 that are like great, but I think his June will be 6. I think Halloween Kills, Halloween Ends are both gonna be awesome. So we look forward to seeing them. But for now, we only have 11 movies. So yeah, definitely check the series out. Skip over Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 unless you're like me and want to see everything, and skip over everything but the first 15 minutes of Resurrection. But other than that, though, definitely check out all these movies. They all bring something good. Even Halloween 3, which doesn't have anything to do with the franchise, it's still a very good horror movie and it's still great. So yeah, these movies, very good. The reason, though, this isn't my favorite horror franchise because it does have terrible entries, unlike the Friday 13th series, which doesn't. And speaking of the Friday 13th series, I really wish we got Jason vs. Michael. We got Freddy vs. Jason, which was great. I like that movie a lot. I actually love it. And I think it's something kind of underrated. But I really wish we got Jason vs. Michael. They're more similar to each other than Freddy and Jason. Or just Freddy and Jason were the 2 most popular, and Michael probably 3rd. So I really wish we got Jason vs. Michael. It would be great seeing that. Silent, masked killers that, can't really be killed. Be great. I think Jason would win, but Myers would, definitely could have a chance too. So definitely check out, not check out, what am I talking about? But yeah, definitely check out this series. That's what I was trying to go. Definitely check out this series, and definitely check out the character Michael Myers. He's great, and these movies are very good. It's just, what do you call it? It's just there is some terrible entries. The reason this is my favorite horror franchise, but still though, it's a very good franchise in its own right, and we should get a Jason vs. Michael. Hopefully someday. Probably won't ever happen, but you could dream. So yes, I think that's enough talking. I apologize for my stutters and sometimes messing up. I'm talking. I don't know why that's happening today. Because I practiced multiple times for this video, but whatever. I still talk about everything I liked and disliked in every movie, and so yeah. See you next time. Hopefully I'll be doing a metal band's discography, but if not, I'll be doing the Freddy series. So see you then. And obviously drum cover is still going to be on and all that stuff. So yeah. Alright guys, thank you for watching. See you next time.